If a man you don't recognize shows up at your sister's wedding or your son's baptism, and every single relative greets him as Cousin Johnny, do not approach him. Do not speak to him. It is already too late for your family, but it might not be too late for your soul.
Item number SCP-2852. Object Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2852 cannot be physically contained by any known Foundation means. It is an intermittent, localized phenomenon that manifests during specific religious ceremonies. Containment efforts are currently focused on the monitoring of Roman Catholic, Anglican, and Episcopalian parishes across North America.
The Foundation web crawler Cicada-3 is tasked with monitoring social media, obituaries, and wedding announcements for keywords associated with SCP-2852 sightings. When a manifestation is confirmed, Mobile Task Force Upsilon 11, known as the Ushers, are deployed to the location. Their primary directive is the administration of Class A or Class B amnestics to all surviving witnesses and the implementation of a media blackout regarding the event. Any individuals found to be suffering from the long-term psychological effects of an SCP-2852 encounter are to be detained under the guise of a mental health evaluation and held indefinitely.
Description: SCP-2852 is a humanoid entity of indeterminate age and Caucasian descent. It typically manifests as a middle-aged male, balding, with a thick build. While the entity appears physically human, it possesses no fingerprints, and its DNA does not match any known human sequence. In all recorded instances, the entity is referred to by those present as Cousin Johnny.
SCP-2852 is a sensory-altering anomaly. It manifests exclusively at Catholic or High Church Protestant life cycle rituals, specifically baptisms, weddings, and funerals. For the entity to appear, the event must have a minimum of 25 attendees. Once it manifests, every individual present will perceive SCP-2852 as a beloved, long-lost relative.
Even if the family history clearly contradicts his existence, the subjects will manufacture memories to justify his presence, often describing him as a jovial prankster or a pillar of the family. The entity's behavior varies depending on the type of ceremony, categorized by the Foundation as Level Blue, Level White, and Level Black.
Level Blue refers to a baptismal manifestation. SCP-2852 will arrive mid-ceremony, often acting as an unofficial godfather. During the presentation of the child, the entity will approach the font. Instead of holy water, the entity will begin to regurgitate a mixture of blood, wood pulp, and various species of the genus Magicicada, more commonly known as periodical cicadas, into the font.
The parents and the priest will not react with horror, but with profound religious ecstasy. They will proceed to bathe the infant in this mixture. In the weeks following a Level Blue event, the infant will invariably develop a severe dermatological condition where their skin hardens and eventually sloughs off in a manner identical to a cicada molting. Furthermore, every adult present at the baptism will become permanently sterile.
Level White refers to a manifestation at a wedding. SCP-2852 acts as the best man or a close family witness. During the reception, the entity will stand to give a toast. This speech is characterized by a series of high-pitched rhythmic clicking sounds, interspersed with descriptions of extreme domestic violence and sexual deviance. The guests will respond with uproarious laughter and applause.
At the end of the toast, SCP-2852 will produce a knife and begin to harvest strips of skin from its own arms. It will offer these to the bride and groom, who will consume them. Within 6 months of a level white event, the marriage will end in a violent murder-suicide involving at least one other family member who was present at the wedding.
Level Black is the most devastating manifestation, a funeral. SCP-2852 will take the place of a pallbearer or a eulogist. During the service, the entity will replace the traditional sermon with a vocal performance consisting entirely of cicada-like buzzing that increases in volume until the ears of the attendees begin to bleed. Following the service, at the gravesite, the entity will lead the mourners in exhaling the body of the deceased. The attendees will then proceed to consume the remains in their entirety. After a Level Black event, the entire family unit typically collapses. Suicide rates among the survivors exceed 90% within 1 year of the funeral.
The following is an excerpt from Incident Report 2852, Highland. This event took place in a small parish in Ohio. It serves as a stark example of the psychological devastation Cousin Johnny leaves in his wake. The subject is Mrs. Elena Miller, the only survivor of a Level Black event who remained coherent enough for questioning. Interviewer, can you tell us about the man who spoke at your brother's funeral? You mean Johnny? He's just Johnny. He's always been there. He was at my graduation. He was there when I lost my first tooth.
Interviewer, Mrs. Miller, your family records show no relative named Johnny. There is no record of him in your school photos or your wedding album. That's just because he's the one taking the pictures. He's the one who makes sure we're all together. He's family. You don't understand. When he started making that sound, that clicking, it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard.
It sounded like summer. It sounded like the trees were screaming for joy. And the meal afterwards? My brother was a good man. He would have wanted us to have his strength. Johnny said it was the only way to keep him with us. He handed me the first piece. It was the heart.
It was cold, but when I ate it, I could feel the cicadas in my own chest. Thousands of them, just waiting for the 17 years to be up so they can come out and sing with Johnny.
Interviewer, Mrs. Miller, do you know where Johnny went after the burial? He walked into the woods. He told us he had to go get ready for the next one. He said there are so many families that need him. He looked at me and he smiled, and I saw that his teeth were just rows of tiny translucent wings. He's coming back, you know. He's always coming back.
Mrs. Miller committed suicide 3 days after this interview by ingesting a massive quantity of industrial pesticide. The Foundation has noted a disturbing trend in the frequency of SCP-2852 manifestations. Statistically, the occurrences align with the emergence patterns of periodical cicada broods.
Further research into the biological makeup of the regurgitated material from Level Blue events has revealed that the wood pulp is not from any terrestrial tree, but contains DNA sequences that suggest a common ancestor with the genus Magicicada that diverged over 300 million years ago.
This suggests that SCP-2852 may not be a singular entity, but a biological vent for a much larger, subterranean predatory organism that feeds on the emotional and social cohesion of human families.
If you attend a social gathering and see a man you don't recognize, but feel you have known your entire life, if he offers you a drink that tastes of copper and old earth, do not eat, do not drink, and whatever you do, do not listen to the song of the cicadas.
The Foundation remains vigilant, but as long as humans gather to celebrate life and mourn death, Cousin Johnny will always have an invitation. Subscribe for more classified archives.